bringing you E.J. McQuillan from men's basketball and Addison Walker from women's basketball. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate
Thanks for having us.
Your season well underway now. Opened conference play. Had to go across the river, across the bridge to play Louisiana Christian. A pair of wins, 2 grind-em-out, gritty wins. Well, talk a little bit about not only the wins, but what it's like to have to open up against your crosstown rival in conference play.
You can go first. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, going against a rival for your first game is pretty strong, especially because I know my team has some transfers from there from last year. So just having, that kind of back and forth, bitter, wanting to kill them type of mentality, I feel like that's big, especially with a conference game like that, on the road especially. But we just took it one game at a time, and that's typically our mentality: win one possession, win one game. So that's kind of the mindset we had, and luckily it was a great team win, so we pulled it out.
And I think for us, we was like we was 0-2 coming back from Tennessee, and we knew we needed another win before Thanksgiving break. And so I think we was just in that desperate mode going into a rivalry game where we knew it was going to be a packed house, nice crowd against a solid team. So I think it was really just our mindset was just desperate, trying to go 1-0, going into Thanksgiving break and trying to carry it over into our next game against North American on Thursday.
It was a tight first half for the women. For the men, you guys had a great second half comeback. What was the difference on the men's side, EJ? We'll start with you in that second half.
I really think it was our mentality. Coach got on us at halftime. We wasn't playing our brand of basketball. And I think we got back to it. We focused on defense, locking down on defense, and then getting in transition and getting into the paint more than what we was at first.
For the women, in that second half, third, fourth quarter, managed to pull away a little bit. You end up at 81-70. What was the change made there?
For us, it's just maintaining our confidence within each other and trusting that we're going to rotate on defense and understanding our game plan and trusting that our coaches have that belief in us, which is always reinstilled. So just understanding that our game plan was to stay on them, rebound, block out, go under screens, things like that, and it just contributed over.
It was a pretty good crowd for both games, a lot of purple and gold in the stands for that. How much does that help on the road when it almost seems like it's a home game?
I mean, it helps us a lot. We know our crowd got our back, and the support system that we have as a whole in the whole community. It was just nice to see the whole community come out, even from both sides, Pineville and Alexandria. So I think just the crowd itself just brings more energy, more enthusiasm to everybody on our team, and I'm sure their team too. But just that right there just shows how much love and support we got in the community.
Yeah, 100%. At one point, I thought we had more LSUA than LC, but, behind our bench, I know they were going pretty crazy for the refs, so I loved it.
That makes LSUA 4-0 against LC on the season in the Red River rivalry. Now you head over to North American in Houston. It marks yet another road game this season. You've only been home once. What's it like to have to spend so much time out on the road to open the season?
I think for us, for one, it's good for us to start on the road because that's how it is whenever we make it to the national tournament. Going into Kansas City, a place where you could finish for the national championship, compete for the national championship. So I think just that environment and being able to do what we doing on the road, I think it's important. But it didn't go how we wanted it to go, but I could tell we battle tested as a team, and I think we're gonna be straight once we make it to Kansas City.
Going on the road for us, I think it's going to benefit us a lot going into our first few rounds of playoffs when we're kind of on the road. But especially for conference, I know that we're going to get all of our road games more so out of the way in a way. So being able to finish our season strong in the second half at home with our community is really big for us. And I know that we're going to rely heavily on our fans, so I'm excited for that.
It is a bit of a road-heavy first half of the conference schedule. I mean, Tyler and Jeff and I were looking at the schedule before the season started, and we looked at December for home events, and we were like, what are we missing? Like, where are they all? Because last year we did have a few more, and then, we looked at, and we're not going to even mention January, February, because I don't want to talk about my days during those 2 months, but it gets real busy real fast. But having that second half of the season, having some of those home games late, I'm sure it adds a little bit of comfort to the season, knowing that you'll get to play in the intimacy of the fort late in the season.
Yeah, 100%, and hopefully bringing some wins back to the fort. So, yes.
Yeah, and I think for us, it's big time for us. I mean, we play well at home. We went undefeated last season at home, so we still carrying that to this point. And so just playing in the fort and protecting the fort, that's really what our goal is, and we trying to continue that into the next semester.
Mm-hmm. You get your first Red River Athletic Conference game against LSUS next week, followed by Texarkana on Saturday. Two of the first 4 games you play are rivalry games in conference play and kind of bitter rivalries. I mean, what's that like, having those games so early in conference play?
I think it's exciting. Obviously, I love a rivalry game. I think it brings out like more of a dog mentality through our team, especially because we're pretty much reliant on that within us. But I think, S is our biggest like contender for champ of the season, and that's how it is like the past couple of years. So hopefully, having the A first with them, we can take them down. I'm confident in our team this year. A lot of new growth and a lot of changes, so I'm excited.
And then I think for us, our next home games, these 2 top teams in our conference, that's going to be up there in the standings by the end of the season more than likely. I know S good this year, and Texarkana will be good this year too. So I think those 2 being our first home Red River Conference games, that's huge for us, and it'll be a huge game for us to come out and protect the fort. I think S is a solid team, and we just gonna have to come out and play hard. But I think it's gonna be good.
A little bit different from last year. We had to end the regular season at their place, and right before the conference tournament, you obviously expect to see a team of that caliber again. A little more time to regroup, recalibrate, and get a break from seeing those teams.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, we'll get off the team talk, the season stuff. But I know Addison has a specific topic she wants to bring up, so I'm just going to lead right into it. But this was actually the thing when I asked her to be on it. She was like, "I just want to talk about this one thing." I was like, "Yeah, sure, we'll figure it out." But players that you grew up watching, that you currently watch, just players that excite you and inspire you as basketball players.
I think everybody in the country will probably say this and agree with it, but I say for me, it's more like Steph Curry. I feel like Steph Curry changed the game for a lot of people, especially at the three-point shot and shooting way far behind the three-point line. So I think with my shooting ability, I feel like I was able to compare to him and watch him come off of ball screens and just move without the ball and being able to score with or without the ball, even with all the eyes that's on him. If Steph Curry got the ball, there's a chance he could shoot it from anywhere. So I think him for sure. Watching him growing up, that's what I really looked at the most.
100% Steph Curry, but for me, it's definitely got to be Paige Beckers. I mean, the way she's the most efficient player to me in the game. I mean, she'll shoot 9 shots a game and go 7 for 9, 8 for 9, and they're consistent in getting her teammates the ball. And rebounding, she plays defense. She's not just going to let you score like Caitlin Clark. I mean, I love Caitlin Clark and her style, but Paige, she's going to play on both ends of the floor, and I think that contributes greatly. And the things she just does for the game when, women's, uplifting other athletes and things like that, going to different sports games, and it's not just about the game to her. So definitely got to be her.
And with Paige, it's interesting. I think when she was a freshman, somebody at ESPN dragged out videos of her when she was 14 playing. And she was, and she still is, one of the most competitive. It's competitiveness. It reminds me a lot of Kobe Bryant. And when Kobe was playing for Team USA, they were playing Pau Gasol in the opening round, and he told LeBron and the guys, "I'm running through him, right through his chest." It's okay. First off, this is your teammate. No, you're not. And he went and ran right through him. And Pau Gasol was like, "Yeah, I get it." He was sending the message and took it well. But that competitiveness level. I mean, she gets after practice squad players.
Those boys, they're terrible.
I mean, it's such a fascinating thing, because being able to keep your competitiveness level that high, that's a struggling word today apparently, to keep that level that high all the time, I think it's one of those marks of a great athlete.
100%. and she dominates in every aspect, I have to say.
I ain't gonna lie. Me personally, I think I like Caitlin Clark on the women's side. Just the way she played just like Steph Curry to me.
True.
I feel like Caitlin made her mark in college basketball. At Iowa, doing a lot at Iowa, and I think she's doing the same thing in the women's NBA. I think she kind of taking a lot of hits right now in the women's NBA with these fouls and people fouling her, and that's why she getting injured. But I think Caitlin Clark definitely made a mark in women's basketball, period.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, is that just a young player kind of taking the licks a little bit?
Yeah,
I mean, we
100%.
see it, like big hockey fan, and when Sidney Crosby first got called up to the NHL, he was, the second coming of Wayne Gretzky, and he still is one of the best, probably top 3 players of all time. In his first couple years in the league, he would get cross-checked, he'd get hooked, slashed, he'd turn to the ref and be like, dude, and the ref go, I don't really care. Like, you're 19 years old. This guy's 37. He's been here 15 years. Is that just, you think, just you're going to earn your place here a little bit?
I think it's definitely a welcome to the league moment. Every rookie has a story. I feel like as you listen to DT, Sue Bird, all of them can tell you, they got hit by something, someone didn't call something, they'll complain. But, I just think it's a welcome to the WNBA moment, and I love it. So.
Definitely. I think it is definitely for Caitlin. I felt like Paige handled her rookie year best. She ended up winning Rookie of the Year in the women's NBA. But Paige herself, like she's just a dog. Like she's solid. She can score on all 3 levels. She really just do it all for Dallas Wings. Even though I don't think they was that good this season.
They were not.
But Paige did her thing.
100%.
We're now past Thanksgiving break, heading into finals, right before winter break. How was your Thanksgiving?
So mine was good. It was short. Had to come back very soon. It wasn't as long as I wanted it to, but I spent time with family. Got into the gym, did some running. But I just wish it was a little bit longer.
Yeah, for sure. It was a quick turnaround. So we only have, 2 days? Yeah. So, running. I was shooting in the gym, but I know running, I was like, what, am I just running my mac and cheese off? So.
Is that your favorite?
Oh, 100%. I eat that every day. But, I think the quick turnaround was definitely something, But I got to take my Italian teammate home, so that was pretty fun. She was like a lot of people at Thanksgiving because they don't celebrate Thanksgiving. So that's pretty new for her.
And I think for me, I say rice dressing for me. I had like 5 plates of rice dressing in just 2 days. So I had to run that off too. But I say that's my Thanksgiving dish.
Somebody had to explain rice dressing to me because I'm from New England, right? I'm from Maine. That's we don't do that. And I was like, oh, that wasn't on our dinner plate. I mean, neither my family doesn't do turkey. We do ham. But we will consume probably more mashed potatoes than the state of New Hampshire.
That's a good one.
That's
I love mashed potatoes.
Constantly go back for more. You guys had the game on Tuesday. You get a win, go into Thanksgiving break, and then you don't play again for over another week. Is it a good thing to have that break? Is it a bad thing? Is it a nice reset?
I think it's a nice reset. One big thing is keeping your legs under you and making in-game reads because, a break, you kind of get complacent in a way, but I just know we're still hungry. We got some big games coming up in North American. I mean, they just upset Xavier. So that's going to be a big game for us, especially on the road at their place. So hopefully this week has got us, locked into our game plan because we've got to dive deeper into what they do, knowing we have a little bit more of a break coming after the game, too. So we've been really able to focus all our efforts on North American this week.
And then I think for us, it was definitely a reset for us, playing Friday, Saturday in Tennessee, and then coming back at 6 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. So and then coming back and play Tuesday against LSU. It was definitely a reset for us, especially how unfortunately the Tennessee trip went. But we was able to turn it around against LSU, and it was really just a mass reset, get our legs back under us playing 3 games in 4-5 days. So it was definitely a reset for us. And I think this week, going into this next week, carrying that momentum that we had in our second half into this North American trip.
Get a chance to come home before winter break. I haven't seen you guys too much in the weight room lately, and I think that might be because the schedules are a little bit different. But somebody was playing Christmas music in the weight room
Oh no.
the other day. And like I only want to hear Christmas music on like Christmas Eve and Christmas morning, and after that we're right back to normal radio.
Yeah.
I mean, but when is too early?
Anytime before December is way too early. I might let you slide in December, but I'm a Christmas Eve, Christmas Day type of girl, unless it's Mariah Carey.
I'll give you a week. You'll have a first week before Christmas. So you had a first week before Christmas, and then if it's after Christmas, it's over with.
Yeah, you're
Christmas,
done.
Christmas over with. New Year's Eve, none of that.
Yeah, that's
no,
ridiculous.
No Christmas.
I was
New Year, new music.
normally the weight room is not Christmas music type of it's you know, if soccer's up there, it's a discoteca, the electronica.
I like it.
You know, baseball's a little bit, you know, rock, basketball's rap, and then
Young boy.
I can't imagine anybody lifting weights to "Here Comes Santa
No,
Claus."
there's no way. There's no chance. We'd have to be turned off.
It was a long couple of hours. for me
I
in my
bet
life.
it was. That's rough.
So when you guys go home, will the trees go up, or will they already be up?
Well, I know my mama already set 2 Christmas trees up in our house, so. But, you know, that's her decoration. She loves the Christmas time, so.
And another thing for us, my people, they should. By the time I get back, the Christmas tree should definitely be up. She trying to get a live one and everything. She got to take care of it.
Oh, no.
Where do you get real ones around here?
Oh, they got like a little. Well, I'm from Baton Rouge, so
Okay.
it's a little area in Baton Rouge that they'll go to, and they'll sell live Christmas trees. Shed everywhere, all over the house.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't agree with it, but
One of my friends, when I was in elementary school in Maine, his family owned a little Christmas tree, you know, farm. And every winter, you'd go over to the gnomes and cut your own tree down, and it's great. Like there's nothing like it. But then my mom had to clean up the mess, and then if you don't water it the right way, like
Yeah.
it's too much, too little, the thing just dies.
Yeah, quickly.
And then you're stuck with a dead tree 2 weeks
Yeah.
before Christmas.
Yes, exactly. My mom puts them out too early for that.
That's,
and then you got to struggle bringing it into the house instead of whipping it out the
Oh.
box.
Just pulling it apart.
that was, I think, when my parents moved to South Carolina, we switched pretty much immediately to a fake tree.
Yeah.
It was just so nice to just go into the garage, pull it out, set it up.
No watering a tree.
No trying to find the bald spot and hide it.
Yeah.
from,
Shift it
the
around.
Yep. The cat's not attracted to it at all.
No.
It was good. It was good. No, it's that winter break. Then you'll come back and like we talked about earlier, a lot of games at home at that point. How nice will that be for you guys to be able to get some home games in?
It's going to be really nice, especially with our community behind us.
Yeah, that's going to be great. Not having to worry about travel. Travel can be rough sometimes,
Yeah.
especially in our conference going all the way to New Mexico. It could be rough, but being at home, it's just feels like home. We got the crowd behind us, got everybody behind us. Just energy, everything. Everything's just going to be better than rather than being on the road. It can get challenging on the road for sure.
Especially having a home court advantage. I mean, we shoot on these goals every single day. So being able to, you know, look at our own rims and not have to worry about what their type of bounce is. So that's pretty positive for us.
And the Fort's a relatively unique place to play.
1,000,000%.
It's an intimate facility. Does that make it harder to go on the road? I mean, we know it makes it harder for teams to come here. But is that when you go out on the road, some of those bigger venues, does it take a little bit to adjust to the sight line?
I would say in a way. Like having like a deeper background can kind of affect you. Like when we play in the Coliseum for the conference tournament, obviously it's a little bit different. But I really love our gym. I can't complain about it at all.
And then I think like a school like Xavier that got the Coliseum type conference tournament type venue, that could be a challenging place to kind of shoot just because of the depth perception of the goal. And then coming back and going into a place like Texas College where it's an old church. So it's definitely different. Going to North American at a high school, you got to pay attention to where your feet at on the line because it is a high school. So there is a high school line. So just that right there. It's definitely different. It just makes you think a little bit more and focus a little bit more, too.
Yeah, exactly.
I noticed that at LC, too, they have the the actual court boundary, and then they have the kind of blue baseline that goes all the way around. And there were a couple times in both games where players stepped out of bounds that were just over that line, but just in front of that blue.
Yeah. It can definitely make you think twice about where you're at on the court and court positioning for sure. So that can be a struggle, especially when you're just trying to get out there and play hard and gritty. So.
And I think I remember we had one play where we did step out of bounds on that line right there. I think it was just in a rush. Our feet wasn't together, stuff like that. But really, it just go back to paying attention to where you at on the floor and just understanding your surroundings.
Yeah.
We'll go back to random questions again here. You could have a dinner with one basketball player, legend, icon. Who and why?
I'll go back to my favorite, Steph Curry. I ain't gonna lie. I'll just sit at the dinner table and ask him just buku questions like how he shoot from that deep. Just what he look at whenever he coming off of screens. Just different type of basketball questions and stuff like that. I'll be cool with watching him work out after we eat. Just that right there. I think just understanding the game of basketball and how he look at stuff is definitely something that I want to see for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Steph Curry's a great choice. That'd be my male, but I have to pick Paige. So no matter what, it's going to be Paige Beckers. Like, she's just her mentality. I would ask so many questions about approaching media, all this, rising, uplifting with the WNBA, especially with her year coming in as a rookie. There was a lot of pressure on because, she got drafted to the least successful team in the league. How does she deal with that, especially with the pressure of carrying the team in a way or producing for her teammates and her mentality towards different things like women's empowerment that she speaks on all the time. So just understanding that, and hey, I want to watch her work out too. I want to watch her talk trash, so especially if it's to me. I'm cool with that. So
it's interesting that you mentioned media in that, just because here we are doing this.
Yeah.
And obviously this is the first year we've started it. We're kind of flying by the seat of our pants, but we try to do a lot. We try to do things. We try to involve players in the best way we can, right? Give you guys a little bit of public speaking help and whatever it is, just to help you, promote yourself, promote the program. But what's been the most surprising part of being a student athlete at LSUA in that regard? Now we're into the real. That's
real
not
question.
even on my list.
The real
of
talk. You got it, EJ?
Surprising. I'll say so. I've been here for 3 years, and I feel like from media as a whole, from what media was from my freshman year compared to now, it's totally different. Like my freshman year, I would have never thought I'd be in this predicament right now. On a podcast doing this. So I'd say that's the most surprising thing, especially with us being a small town school, not really being as big, people really not knowing who we are for real. So I say media for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Smaller schools, I feel like, don't get much coverage regardless of the level, even if it's D2, D3, and AIA. But I think media has changed, and I mean several schools have media coverages now, and having a podcast, like he said, I would never expect to be in this chair looking at this camera right now. So, yeah, I think it's just changed a lot over the past couple of years, especially with everything blowing up how it has.
I think it's interesting because when I was in undergrad in 2009 to 2013, it was like the end of the legacy media, right? Like KLB will come out, they'll do do a little bit of stuff with us, but even back then, it was the Hartsville. I can't remember the name of the paper, but the local Hartsville paper kind of died off. There is no local paper in Alexandria that comes out, and a lot of it is so driven by the student athletes, by you. I mean, I know Princess does the TikToks, and we just had soccer's banquets last night, and the women, there was like a TikTok brigade in like 3 separate spots where they were all making TikToks,
sure.
And it's so driven by student athletes. And I think you and I talked about it a little bit before we started this. The W does a great, and the NWSL and the PWHL do a great job of pushing their athletes first. And so much of sports now rely on personalities of athletes versus just the logo on the chest.
Yeah.
And that's been a huge change for me as a sports fan growing up in. I mean, I born in '91, so I went through the era of like the name on the chest more important than one on the back. And while that still is true, there's a lot more personality in athletes. And have you guys felt that change growing up and playing?
I would say yeah. I mean, definitely with like the WNBA, for example. Like, I know a lot of like guys would not just like turn it on and start watching it, but when you hear Caitlin Clark going for 40 points tonight, Paige Becker's Rookie of the Year going for whatever with like with high efficiency numbers, I think watching them react and get mad and actually talk trash and like get after it, it really turns your head and is like, oh, maybe I do like that player. Maybe I'll tune into the Wings game because Paige is on the team, something like that. So I think that's changed big for women's sports.
And I think definitely for the men's sports, I know a lot of people in the world know the NBA. And you see people win awards like MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, All NBA first team, second team, whatever the case may be, or whoever the hottest team is winning right now. You'll see like the OKC, they 21-1 or something like that, or 2, something like that. They barely got losses. And just them alerts coming to your phone and seeing those things, like who don't want to watch the MVP Shea nowadays? And then you still got Jokic up there in Denver. So it's different people. They all in the Western Conference for the most part, but it's different people in each city or state that people could go watch them in person. And just the media as a whole, just seeing those guys just grow every season and do what they do on a day-to-day basis is fun.
And hearing guys like Joe Mazzulla tell members of the press that none of them are invited to his funeral in 40 years. I mean, that just didn't happen. I remember when the NBA, I can't remember if it was Stern or the guy before him, but they mandated that players had to wear suits to games. And it was like a 3-year thing, and everybody's like, this is bad. Like, why are we doing this? And now you have teams who do like fit checks as their player walks in, and like it's a huge phenomenon that's exploded, and you know, players are expressing their individuality, which again, when I was growing up, like that was a big no-no. You towed the line. The hockey's famous for it, because you ask any hockey player how a game went, they say, "Oh, we're just gonna get pucks in deep, win the battle in the corners, you know, play hard and win the back check." And every single player would have that answer. And now you have players who are going off script a little bit. They're a little off color. You have guys like Joe Mazzulla, who's a coach and is just way out there. I think. Do you think that's helped fan engagement and growing the leagues?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, having a big personality, like for example, we're talking about coaches like Kim Mulkey. You know,
Huge
Gino.
Personality.
She's out there. She's pretty wild. I mean, I loved when we played against her last year. She was still going crazy. Like, I love it. I mean, Gino's kind of more of the laid-back type, but Kim is out there. So I think, a lot of people like LSU because, you know, she left Baylor and came over to LSU, and she wears the crazy colors, the tiger stripes, the whole thing. So I think that definitely, like, will turn your head and be like, oh, what are they talking about, you know?
And like you said, the style, like in the NBA, it's like the red carpet now. Everybody got something different on. You don't really see nobody with suits on. Even for big time games like the playoffs or the NBA finals or something like that, there's always something stylish. You got different guys with different types of styles, and people from across countries where they own the style. So I mean, it's different as a whole. And seeing guys coming from a guy like Kyle Kuzma, Russell Westbrook, people like that, or Cam Newton, who wear stylish things, and then coming back and looking at a guy like Anthony Edwards or somebody like that that just walk in with joggers on. So I think just style is just a whole red carpet thing, and it definitely shows the people personality and everybody different.
100%.
If we rolled out a red carpet here and did one for a game, who would you expect to have the best drip?
The best drip.
Caleb Pouncey on our team.
100,000,000%.
On our team, Caleb. I think Caleb on our team had the best drip. On a day that even going to class, he got the best drip
every day.
Every day, he got a fit on no matter where he at. So I think for sure on our team it'll be Caleb.
I would definitely say Sydney Person. She always got those jorts on, her little style. I like it, yeah. So definitely her, I would have to say.
Should we try to get it done?
Oh, I would be down.
Do like a little pregame before the game. Everybody walk through.
Yeah, that'd be
coming
sick.
into the fort.
That's a TikTok for you.
We'd have to figure out how to do it because the fort is a tough place.
Yeah.
But I think that would be.
Yeah.
We might have to figure.
Princess would love it on our general's account. So.
We may have to figure that out.
Yes, for sure.
Men's and women's basketball heads out on the road on Thursday against North American before coming home next week against LSU Shreveport on Thursday and Texas A&M Texarkana on Saturday. I'm Caleb Dunlop for EJ McQuillan and Addison Walker. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Have a great day.